bunch of friends having a blast. Get ready for the Beer Breath Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Beer Breath Podcast. Belly up to the bar with us. The sports podcast, the podcast sports bar for your ears. We're not going to teach you anything. You're not going to learn anything, but belly up with my friends, Trey and Curtis. Trey, how are you been?
Been good, man. Been good. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Curtis, how's your week?
It is good. I am battling the same nasal congestion that everybody in the United States of America is battling now. It's my turn. So
It's going around.
Fun
Tell
stuff.
us how you're doing in the comments below. This is episode 133. We're in the present, future, and slightly the past. It's been 2 weeks since we posted one. So there's a little bit of past stuff here you guys have already discussed. It might have already fizzled out by now, but comment below. How you been? How's your week been? Follow us on all the socials, Beer Breath Podcast, on all your social media platforms across the board. YouTube, Beer Breath Podcast. Posted both of the video episodes, newest video episodes. I also deleted a couple episodes. There were some old ones where I was fatter and all get out that I deleted because I couldn't even stand looking at myself. Instagram, follow us on Instagram, and TikTok. TikTok's hot with the kids these days. Follow us on TikTok. There's 3 TikToks out there right now and more to come. So follow us along on our journey to becoming a top podcast in the podcasting sphere. We're already topping charts. An email, this is hot news, breaking news, an email that I received on our beerbreathpodcast@gmail.com says, "Hello, how's it going? Hope all is well. I have some cool information that might interest you. Your podcast, Beer Breath Podcast, has good performance in Apple Podcast rankings over the last 30 days. We are, and this is breaking news. You guys are hearing it first here on the Beer Breath Podcast. Beer Breath Podcast is 92nd in the sports category in Ghana.
Not
Top
too bad.
100, baby.
Top 100. This data is provided by podstatus.com. Surely a link that you would want to click on an email that comes from Carlos at Podstatus. So 92nd in Ghana. Somebody do me a favor here and tell me top 5 sports played in Ghana, please.
I went onto the internet and Googled top 5 sports in Ghana, as you mentioned, and found a website called GhanaWeb.com. Seems legit.
Trusted
Number
source.
1 is...
Your number one source in Ghana sports.
Right from the heart of it.
Number 1 is football, but not, American football. It's soccer. Boxing. It literally just says athletics. So I'm assuming that's like Summer Olympics or something. Badminton. So that's top 5 there. Surprising, I think. Basketball is number 5, it says. So
Okay.
There you go. Breaking. Got to be a trusted source. It says .com on it. So
Little geography lesson. Where is Ghana?
That's a good
I
question.
mean, I get the continent, but whereabouts?
I'm going to say, can I guess?
yeah,
You
please.
met, yeah.
Is it on a coast? This is in Africa. Somebody
Probably look it
fact
up.
check me. It is in
Yeah, yeah.
Africa?
hmm
Okay. And I will, this is going to be, I'm going to pivot into a story. I went to multiple different schools in my early education. There was a
Ranch
point in
Portal.
time when I went from one school to another school, the school that I ended up in, where I felt like I missed at least a year, probably 2 years with my peers. I was behind in a lot of categories. I felt like I missed out. I was behind the ranks in class, and I didn't feel any need to catch up because I'm a lazy ass. But a lot of people say, yeah, I mapped out the entire 50 states. A lot of people even more said we went further than that and did all 363 countries or however many there are. Did you guys, I have a question to you guys, did you map out all the countries in the world in a geography class of some point in time in your early education? Yeah, I missed that.
I think it was, but it was by it was by like continent. It was definitely not like all of
Sure,
a sudden
you
I
broke it
wrote
down.
them all out. Yeah, that would
You
have been
did
like
an Africa study and said, you got to memorize where all these countries are, and you're going to talk about all the countries in Africa.
Yeah, that's a good lead-in for the guess that you're about to give us. Where do you think Ghana
Okay,
is?
so I'm the most qualified for comedic purposes to give this guess. I'm going to say it's on a coast. Tell me it's on a coast. Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm going to say it is on the Atlantic coast. Nope.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
the coast of an ocean, correct?
Yes.
Not the coast
well,
of like the Black Sea.
No, it reads like a Gulf is right there.
Ooh,
But-
I'm going to be cooked, chat.
Over the skis.
Yeah.
Because when I think of Africa, I think of the Atlantic coast and the Indian Ocean.
Hey.
Okay.
Who
Is it the
needed
coast of the
elementary
Indian
education?
Ocean? That's not what my guess was. If I'm looking at Africa, how do I draw it?
I was
here we
giving
go.
you credit for understanding it's actually adjacent to the Indian Ocean, not saying your first answer is correct still.
I will draw.
That'd be good.
Let's see
put
if
a
I can
star
draw
where
Africa.
you think it is. Yeah, see if you can think that.
Africa kind of looks like this.
Let's see the mock-up here before we get too far into pinpointing.
Does that kind of look like Africa?
Yeah, relatively. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a horn. Madagascar would be here at the bottom. That would be Madagascar.
Layup.
Layup. Oh, no, here's another layup. South Africa down here. Bang, got that one. We'll get the coordinates out
What are you
there.
talking about? You didn't go through geography.
Yeah. What is this?
I spent a lot of time on Google Maps. Okay. If I were to pinpoint Ghana, again, we are 92nd in the sports category in Ghana. I want to give all respect to our listeners in Ghana. We haven't talked about more than 2 of the top 5 of the sports that are popular in Ghana, but thank you for listening. I'm going to put a big star on where I think Ghana is. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wow, it's pretty close.
That is pretty close.
Is it close?
Yes, very. I would
Really
say
close.
that is a hit. You were
Okay.
right. It's a little
where
further
is Ghana?
south on the like dip of the drawing you have, but it's
Oh, okay.
yeah, directionally very close.
Dom, I'm going to give you 5 names of countries in Africa, and you don't look at the map.
I just looked
you
at it.
tell me. That's okay. You're not going to get what I'm going at here, but you tell me if it's a real country
Okay.
or if it is a fake country.
Okay.
Okay. Seychelles.
No, that's fake.
That one's real.
All right.
Seychelles.
That's how you pronounce it? Are you pronouncing it correctly?
I asked for pronunciation as
Okay.
well. Yeah. No. Seashells down. She sells seashells down by the seashore.
That's what they say, Shells.
Hay sells Seychelles down by the seashore. Okay. Cabo Verde.
Cabo Verde. Are these countries in
Verde.
Africa or not a real country? Because I
They
would
are
think
either
that would
in
be
Africa or not a real country.
because I would think that would be in Mexico. Cabo Verde.
Cabo. San Lucas. Yeah.
Sure. So that's not a real country?
Well, I'm asking.
Oh, I would say no, it's not.
It is.
Over 2.
Let's see here.
Throw me a softball. Come on.
Kenosha.
Huh?
Oh, a softball.
Kenosha,
None of
Wisconsin?
these are
Kenosha is in Wisconsin.
Genosha.
Genosha. Kenosha's sister. Genosha. I can't go over 3, so it's true. That's a country.
No, that one's fake. That's an island nation from the X-Men.
All right. Wait, hold on. It's an island
Okay.
nation where?
It's fictional.
Oh. Okay.
Over
3.
Let's see here. Over 3. Djibouti.
Djibouti is real. I know Djibouti.
Winner.
Come on.
So 1 for 4. All right, last one here. Katana.
Katana is that's a sword. So that is not a country.
2 for 5. All right, 40%.
Come on, that's good. 40%
on a bell curve. Who knows?
for a kid that didn't
You might
study
have passed.
Africa.
I was going to say you missed a whole segment and you still got it.
Yep.
Pretty good.
So I think I'm doing pretty good for a kid that missed out on a lot of education. When I went to the school that we were all very familiar with, I did feel like I was behind. Maybe that's on me. Should have read more. Anyway, that is how we're doing in Ghana and how we're doing in sports in Ghana. 92nd. We're working on improving those numbers. I first need to know what sports are popular in Ghana. We figured that out. And then I obviously need to be able to tell which countries in Africa are real and not real.
Or do a badminton deep dive. That's probably how we take the next leap there.
Badminton, I was going to say something about that. Has either of you played badminton outside of a gym class in high school or elementary school?
Gym class in college, yeah.
Okay, outside of a gym class, period. Outside of a regular hourly time that you were scheduled to be there with no obligation. That's a great word.
No, I have not. No, the only thing that stuck for me for that class is pickleball. We got into pickleball in college, some real campus-wide tournaments, excuse me, and that's hung around. I dig pickleball.
Pickleball is a great sport.
Badminton's a shuttlecock, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're trying a little hard there. Like that's a weird name. You don't even call it a shuttlecock.
What's the whole thing in Kansas City? Isn't that like the whole what's the badminton relationship, or was that just like isn't that the museum or whatever?
The museum, yeah.
What drove
it's
that?
It's just artwork, but I don't know that it's related to anything.
I just said I'm going to pick something to try to make the charts in Ghana. Is that what they're after?
That's what everybody's after. That's what we started this podcast for, is to be 92 at least in Ghana, and we hit it in the first 30 days back. Come on,
top hundo.
Okay, so
lots of people in Africa. What do you think about that?
What did you say? I want to make sure I heard you correctly.
There's a lot of people in Africa.
Oh, I thought you said what are my thoughts on people in Africa? It's like, I don't know. I love them.
Well,
yeah, I love
next
them. Thank
episode.
You. Yeah. Pickleball, huge. That was a lot. That was you go through those segments in gym class, or whatever the sessions. We're going to do a week-long pickleball thing. That was top tier. That was S tier gym class, was those pickleball times. Here's a new thing. This is a relatively new sport, I think. Have you heard of paddle? I think it's called paddle.
I don't think I have.
You guys got to look it up. It's basically, and I'm speaking like I have any fucking clue. Paddleball looks like pickleball that I think is played with a tennis ball in a racquetball style facility where you have a net and teams, but there's glass walls surrounding, or like squash. You guys have seen squash being played, so you can hit it off the wall like racquetball. Hit it off the back wall and it pops over the net, but it's not a wall. Look up paddle, P-A-D-E-L. I think it's called. I think it's the fastest growing sport in the earth.
Is the trick to just change the ball and the paddle and then just make it a little different and name it something else? Is that the whole thing? It's a hell of a model. I'm going to pick a basketball and a big tennis racket. Call it something different.
Let's just take all these sports that nobody plays, and then we'll combine them and get a little bit from each niche.
But the racket sports is people live and die by their racket sport. Like if you're a tennis player, you give no respect to a pickleballer. So on and so forth. Yeah. You might see the same thing in disc golf and what people would call ball golf. And people that call it ball golf, frankly, disgust me. And I don't want to be friends with those types of people. But disc golf came along, obviously a fast-growing sport. And then I started calling it ball golf. Foot golf is another one. Took over one of the golf courses that I love dearly in Manhattan, Kansas. Yeah, they turned.
Stag?
Huh?
Stag?
No, not Stag. Wildcat.
You love Wildcat dearly?
I cut my teeth at Wildcat Creek.
All right. Fair enough.
I don't think they took it over, but it is a place where you could play foot golf. If you don't know what foot golf is, it's golf with a soccer ball and people wear shin guards and high socks. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I also think that is probably the easiest sport to play of all time. I think I could excel. I would be a professional at foot golf.
I think disc golf would be hard. I don't think I could figure out how to do that well. But yeah, I agree with you. Foot golf just feels like a cop out. Speaking of sports that are like a combination, have you watched anybody play like the sand volleyball with their feet? You seen that? Like they're playing like soccer
Like
over the net.
soccer only?
It's gnarly, dude. I got stuck. I don't remember. I think we were in like New York watching some people. I stood there for like hours just watching these guys. They like set up a tee on. They like mound up the sand, and that's their serve. They serve it over. Honestly, once you see them like return it 2 or 3 times, I was hooked. I was like, I want to get down there and get dirty. I definitely would hurt myself 1 second in, but it looked cool.
That's crazy.
As close to professional as I could be at foot golf, foot volleyball, I would be bottom tier.
Oh yeah.
45 handicap.
Imagine how many hamstring pulls you'd have. Like you try to go waist high with one, you'd be done.
Future episode, there's a little draft here on new sports. We get, what type of ball would you like to use? What type of apparatus would you like to use? And how do you score? And then we'll just figure out new sports. Big sports don't want you to know that. That's just exactly how it works. But
you can just create your own sports and they become the hottest thing of all time. And then we'll have the Beer Breath Sports Super Bowl party that everybody's watching.
Yeah. The biggest thing you got to leech off of is the space in which you do the sport, it sounds like, right? Because paddle sounds like it stole from squash or whatever, and then pickleball kind of just took part of the tennis court. So I just got to remember that. That's something.
Environment's got to play a part in that a lot, I think.
Infrastructure has to exist.
Right. There is a reason why they don't play basketball outside, right? They did have those games where they would play them on aircraft carriers, which were badass. Shout out to the armed forces of this world. But you can't just do that all the time. Hockey, here's a big one. Hockey is not supposed to be played outdoors. In Florida, specifically, you could play hockey outdoors in the north, but we've gone on this vicious cycle of the Winter Classic games in hockey being played in warmer climates, which I think is absolutely disrespectful to the sport and that should quit immediately. Now, that being said, most recently in Tampa Bay this year, they had one. Actually, there's a couple going on. I don't know. I don't keep up as much as I should, but they had one in Tampa Bay, I think, and it was like 40 degrees at puck drop. So what are you supposed to do? That's a good segue to what I'm about to say. We're getting into the topics here. Hockey, you know it all. We know it all. The best players in hockey come from where?
USA.
United States of America, baby. U.S. hockey beats Canada in the Winter Olympics. Not only did the men do it for the first time since 1980, but the women did it too, beating Canada, our neighbors to the north. That's their sport.
Yeah, that feels good. It feels real good. We talked in the last episodes. I'm a hockey guy right now. It's in the top tier of some of the sports I've been following. But yeah, that was awesome, man. That was so cool. And to rub it in their face. We got better at your sport. Take that. The girls are dominant, right? Like the girls are like as dominant as the women's soccer team, right?
Sure.
Yeah, that's tough when we just kind of like cuck you at your own sport and we don't really care that much. We just sort of do it to just do it.
So we're gonna get back to USA Hockey and Canada, but I want to continue on that getting cucked in your own sport thing. Is that similar to what I would say the Japanese are doing to American baseball, America's pastime? Shohei Ohtani and the likes of. He's Japanese, right? I'm not being disrespectful. Or is he Korean?
No. I'm not
Asian
positive.
I think
American,
he's Korean.
Asian countries, the Oriental countries. I don't know the political correctness of what I'm supposed to say there, but countries that align with Eastern Orient.
Hey, he's Japanese.
Yeah, you're right.
Japanese.
Yeah, you're right.
Is that like the Japanese culture being much better at baseball than we are? They have their own leagues, and baseball is a huge sport in Japan. I think it's like the top sport in Japan. And they're coming over here and just dominating, pitching and batting like we haven't seen since Babe Ruth. And then betting on themselves to do it. Incredible.
I guess it's America's pastime, but it feels like it's not been dominated by America for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like since we let other people start playing it.
Let's not lose what America means, right? Don't forget what our boy Bad Bunny told us in the Super Bowl halftime show. America is not just the United States of America. America is America, North America, South America, Central America, and all those countries that have been dominating the America's pastime for the last 30 years.
Well, based off that, yes, we are dominant 100%.
Yeah, we can take them with that.
Yeah.
Lace them up.
Japanese.
Lace them up.
Okay,
Yeah,
back on
to
USA
mimic
hockey.
that, Japan would have to line up and beat us like team v team, and I don't know that that's happening. I think we'd lose to a different country before we lose to Japan's.
Shout out to Japan, all of our listeners in Japan. We're not 92 in Japan and baseball sports talk yet, but we will be soon. U.S. hockey beats Canada in the Winter Olympics. The controversial part of this, which you may have heard, was the current President Donald Trump's viral phone call to the USA men's hockey team, congratulating them on their win and inviting them to the White House, and also giving a little dig at women's sports at the same time. Did you guys hear the phone call? And what is your thoughts?
I
heard
heard
a
it.
portion of the phone call, but I didn't listen to the whole thing. Didn't hear any jabs.
True.
So I listened like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I heard it. It was definitely a jest. He made a comment. It is what it is. But I think, I don't know, people are giving the team so much crap about it. Like, what are you just not supposed to answer that call? Like, I don't. It's such a emotional moment. Like, you're just supposed to be like, bloop. Like, you're supposed to give the FU button to him. I just don't think that's realistic. I don't think you're gonna be like, yeah, go to hell. That just seems crazy.
So the gist of it was he calls the USA hockey team. They just won gold. First time since 1982 or whenever it was. The Miracle on Ice. Beat Canada. Canada did not play well. I thought Canada missed a lot of opportunities, but hold this L. And invites him to the White House, as you would, as a president. Your country just won gold in a sport that Canada claims as their own. And he says, we're also going to have to invite the women's team. Ha, 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 funny. And everybody laughs, right? And I think the internet did what it did and takes things way too far. Turned it into nobody respects women's sports. Nobody does this. Everybody hates women. Women shouldn't have rights, according to Donald Trump. All these things. Very silly. I think what it boils down to is, can't men just have their own fucking thing every now and then, you know? Can't the boys just chat? Can't the boys just say something and say, you know what? I am going to have to invite the women. I wish it was just the boys hanging out, eating McDonald's, but the women also won. Got to give them this and blah, blah, blah. Where was that at? Where's that at? Can't the boys just have their own thing every now and then?
Yeah, it was shop talk. It was shop talk, and they put it on the internet. I feel like someone failed there for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Locker
the other
room
thing,
talk. Is this
yeah,
it's a
the
little
other thing that was
locker room
funny
talk.
is
Nothing could go wrong with that.
they're just shredding the team, man. And it's like in the background when he said that, the players were like 2 for 2. Like they were like bragging about the girls having won too. So it's just, you're right. The internet did what the internet does, and it's been all over everything ever since. It's hard to be like super excited because all you just get drugged down into this terrible spot constantly. I don't know.
Everything's got to be a fight.
Yeah. ELE.
Boys just trying to and yug some beers and do relentless piss bombs on a gold medal, afterwards. That's just trying to get after it and then complete buzzkill by the internet. I don't think they give a fuck, to be honest. I think they were like, hey, yeah, you should probably talk to the chicks too, but like, we're gold medalists. This is pretty cool. Like, that's pretty awesome.
They definitely
So,
drank some beer. They were hammered. I don't know if you saw some of the press conferences. It was so funny. That's awesome. And then there was a clip of. Did you see the clip of Trocheck on the ice? He's like, he's like, I'm getting fucked up tonight.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Hockey dudes are incredible.
Yeah.
I'm sure the PR department hit him hard. A lot of those statements, not unfortunately, those statements were forced. And look, I've done a lot for women's sports, more than a lot of other people. Okay, I love women's sports. I think all women should play sports, and good for you. I'm happy as all get out that the women's team beat Canada as well, because I love women's sports so much, and I'm not being sarcastic. I do love women's sports. It's fun to watch. But more than I love women's sports, I hate Canada equally. Shout out to all the Canadian listeners. I hope you stick around. But that's just not hate from my heart, but just a feud of next door neighbors. These guys think they're all tough and mighty, and they're Canada. French speaking, maple syrup, whatever, dude. Beating Canada is more important to me than how you feel about your feelings. And that's all I'm going to say.
That's a good finishing spot. Like you said, there's nothing better than a team that's whole identity, a country that's whole identity is a sport, and we're like, it's our third or fourth priority, and we're like, yeah, we're still gonna go ahead and come in and beat you. That's a good feeling, especially when they're talking about this Canadian team as like one of the most talented teams ever. And I think they are. I think you're 100% right. Your point, Dom. They were beating the shit out of us in the second, third period, and the fact that we hung on and won is awesome. So
we dog walked them.
Yeah.
We dog walked them at their own sport.
Mm-hmm.
Not having Sid Crosby probably hurts, but and by probably hurts I mean like is pretty big deal. But you don't gotta apologize for W's. It all counts as a one on the left column, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So get fucking bent, dude.
Yep.
That's a gold medal here for the Stars and Bars.
Sucks to suck. USA, baby. This is our sport now. All right, let's talk about the Archburger. So I also heard that the U.S. men's hockey team was treated to a healthy dinner of McDonald's because that's Donald Trump's favorite food of all time. I saw a TikTok of the McDonald's CEO taste testing the new Archburger, the new Big Archburger at McDonald's. I think it releases today, real time, this week. I think the podcast will be released on Friday, but the Big Arch might be available in stores near you. What is it? It's 2 quarter pounders, lettuce, pickle, Big Arch sauce. Who knows what that is? This is a competitor burger to what? Anybody know?
Just trying stuff. I don't even know. It's like it seems like it's a competitor burger to the Big Mac. So
Right.
I don't really get that.
Yeah, Big Mac's been out for decades.
Kind of like playing the hits and then trying to ruin the hits at the same time.
So I think their
playing the
idea
hits
is
on it mainstream.
I think their idea is to compete with the likes of Smashburger and Five Guys and what's the other one? The other top, like the higher end burger chains. Which
Like a Shake Shack?
Shake Shack.
In and out.
Shake Shack? Yeah, Shake Shack, In and Out. Maybe Whataburger you throw in there, whatever. And we can get to the thumbs down here in a second. But
I'm a hater, but go ahead.
if you're trying, like, McDonald's doesn't need to compete in those markets. They don't need to compete with Five Guys. That's a whole different breed. I don't go to Five Guys because McDonald's was full. I go to Five Guys because I want Five Guys. I don't go to McDonald's because Five Guys' greasy fries make the bag fall out, the ass end of the bag fall out of itself. I go to McDonald's because it's McDonald's. It is what it is. Why are you competing in these other markets? Why can't you just be McDonald's? And they're going to say, well, this is McDonald's. And to that I say, you're right.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. I agree with you. It feels like you're right. McDonald's is just McDonald's. It is its own thing. It feels crazy that we're doing something different. I mean, maybe I'll eat all these words because it'll be great. I don't know, whatever. But you're right. It looked like it was all over the place. And he didn't even sell it in that video. I had to look it up. Like, he didn't sell it like, oh, this is why it's great. He was like, oh, it's got some of this on there and also that.
Hostage victim. I wrote down hostage victim. He looked like a hostage video. He didn't look comfortable. I don't think the guy's ever eaten a burger in his life. He's the CEO of McDonald's and ate a burger like that. Almost disgusts me watching it.
See that puny bite? He's like, oh, what a big bite for a big burger. And it was like nothing.
He got all bun, no bird.
You're not eating that burger in a suit and tie either, by the way. I think he was in maybe a dress shirt at least. No.
You're still getting stuff on your sleeves. Yeah.
That's you're holding it over the box.
Yeah, he was sitting straight up. Good posture on that. Unbelievable. Good posture for sitting, bad posture for eating a burger like that. Thing was falling apart. So comment down below. I'll taste test a burger on our Instagram Reels and TikTok for everybody. Taste test the new Big Arch Burger and tell you exactly how I feel. Here's my order at McDonald's. 2 McDoubles, no mustard. Large fry, large Sprite. Sometimes I'll throw in a 6-piece nugget, and that's it.
6 nug when you're feeling naughty a little?
Yeah, just something to get me out of the drive-thru.
What sauce though? What sauce you doing with the nugs?
I'll dry rub. I'll go dry. I don't have time. I'm driving. Literally from the window, 6-piece nugget lasts me to where it says exit drive-thru. I don't have time to open up a fucking sauce packet. This is getting me out of the drive-thru and opening it up a hand, get that out of the way so I can get to my McDouble.
Fair enough. I go double quarter pounder fries, but I don't go Sprite. I go Coke. I feel like I was done dirty when I was young because every time I had an upset stomach, it was like, here's a Sprite to settle your stomach, and now it's just conditioned. I'm like Pavlov's dogs. If I have a Sonic or a Sprite, I immediately think I'm sick.
I would say mine is a double quarter pounder or quarter pounder if I'm trying to be good. And then fries and a Diet Coke. Diet Coke there is unreal good and crispy, but I think it's slipping a little bit.
Oh, really?
I think it's slipping a little bit.
Fountain drinks, I would say fountain drinks in general at McDonald's are S tier.
Yeah, I need to revisit a Sprite from McDonald's because every once in a while a Sprite just absolutely slaps. Like,
oh my God,
unreal good.
It's the spiciest, greatest thing you'll ever have. A McDonald's fountain Sprite.
I think you got me on those Sprite Zeros.
Mm-hmm. God's gift
Sprite
to beverages.
Zeros are really solid.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really solid.
Here's something that we've been getting recently at the house. Al and I have been getting Sprite Zero, obviously. And then she's been procuring Fresca. You ever heard of that? Oh, yeah. Take me back in time. That is a time machine type drink. A Fresca, which is grapefruit flavored. I didn't know that. The marketing team did a number on Fresca, and they're back, and they taste phenomenal. Shout out to Fresca, friend of the pod.
Yeah, love it. Who makes Fresca? Coke product, Pepsi product?
Jesus himself. I don't know. It's good.
Grapefruits.
Big citrus.
There's another.
The Iranian.
The Iranians makes Fresca, huh? Still?
Yeah, because it's fucking bomb.
Holy shit. All right, before we pivot to Iran and World War III, let's talk about, I got a thumbs down earlier from Whataburger. Is that what the thumbs down was for?
No, and it was probably a little premature on there. I think people are it was for In-N-Out. The burgers are solid, but the fries are trash.
Steaks are good.
I personally prefer trash.
I don't know.
Animal style, if you have to do that to your fries, that doesn't count.
I don't know that I've had In-N-Out. So,
I'm good for it every once in a while when I'm on the West Coast, but I don't think it's the best fast food I've ever had in my life. To Kurt's point, I like the burgers, and I like a shake there too. Fries are, yeah, they're fries.
Consider you somewhat of a burger connoisseur, Dom. I generally really trust your takes when it comes to burgers.
Fair.
Really like the Five Guys take with the bag. That's not really much of a take, I wouldn't say, but that's just kind of is what it is.
I like
But,
the
I
amount of
think
fries
that
that you get. That's incredible. It's
Yeah.
like fucking.
I think you
6
would find
potatoes
In-N-Out medium.
Yeah. So
I think you
Whataburger,
would rank
everybody
it like a 5.5.
raves Whataburger, right? Whataburger is Sonic with a different brand.
Yeah, without cheddar peppers. You kidding me?
It's Sonic with spicy ketchup. Sorry. It is what
Sonic's
it is.
crinkle cut fries too.
I'm
a Tots guy.
I've been ruined by a Sonic that we know in a town local to where we grew up. That Sonic is probably the worst Sonic in the world, and it makes me want to not go to Sonic. Sonic is actually really good.
Sneaky.
Agreed.
Sonic is sneaky good. All right.
Yeah, we
I'm
have
getting
like
hungry.
4 here in town, and there's distinct differences. You know what you're getting better at one versus the other, for sure.
It
I'm a
really
home
went
base
downhill when they
safe.
stopped wearing roller skates. They don't wear roller skates anymore.
I think it was the drive-through that did it, man. When you started doing drive-through,
Didn't know how to function. Who goes
getting
first?
away from your core.
Yeah, that's not you. That's your big arch burger. The drive-through at Sonic is your big arch burger. You're getting too far away from what made you you, and it's disgusting me. Which reminds me, we're 92 in the category in sports in Ghana, so let's not forget our sports talk. Badminton.
Yeah.
Let's not forget what made us us. Okay. Something else I wanted to bring up. 9 to 5 controversy. I wrote this on our list. This is something that's been baffling me for the last couple days. And I don't know if people are fucking with me or if this is real. But I thought that 9 to 5, when you think of working a 9 to 5, meant that you worked from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But there are people out there that are claiming that that means actually 9 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Who's got this?
So-
Whose uproar is this? Who's responsible for this?
TikTok, I think, got me on this.
I would never have in my whole life thought that.
Is this, am I being fucked with?
I'm just looking at
9
the
a.m.
lyrics.
to
trying to
5
make it
p.m.
fit.
is the thing, right? That's what everybody thinks of when they say 9 to 5. I go in at 7:30. I leave at 4:30. I understand not every job is specifically 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., but that is the type of job where you go in and you work and then you clock out and you leave. You're 9 to 5 in an office. You got a tie on. Boop, boop, boop. Clock in at 9. My thought was, who the hell gets to go in at 9? I would have so much time in the morning to be able to do shit. You drop the kids off, you go to the gym, make yourself look pretty, maybe get a shower, maybe crank one out. I don't know. Then you go in at 9, then you leave at 5. I thought I was getting fucked by an hour and a half because I had to go in at 7:30. But that's the nature of the beast.
There's no way that that's actually what it means. 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's terrible.
The two gets me 9 to 5.
2, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I
So
want
I
to
think I'm good.
have an honest conversation with whoever's saying that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Although I agree,
Yeah.
I don't have any concept of 9 to 5. My day starts at 6, so I do the same thing, Dom. My day is supposed
Yeah.
to end at whenever it ends, and then whatever it takes. But
What does 9 to 5 mean? What does 6-7 mean? I accidentally clicked on that. Standard full-time 40-hour week, usually spanning Monday through Fridays. Term signifies traditional office hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. So TikTok fucked me.
yeah, 4-day work weeks.
And also,
should do
whose
10s.
traditional hours? Like, nobody even actually does 9 to 5. You do 8 to 5 with an hour lunch most of the time. Like, I feel like that's
Right.
the standard,
hours.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Which
think they're just trying to make a song.
that's big corporate trying to get an extra hour of your day by
Mhm.
making you take an hour-long lunch in the middle of the day. It takes me about 16 seconds to eat my lunch, and then I could be back to work. So give me the 59 minutes and 44 seconds back, and let me clock out at 3:37 or whenever that is, and go golf.
That's what you think until you have a big arch burger and you have to take all these bites because it's so freaking big at lunch.
So big.
You're gonna need it to. If
I would eat a big arch burger in approximately 45 seconds and then spend the rest of my hour-long lunch break cleaning up all the fucking lettuce off my goddamn desk.
And all the poppy seeds and shit that's on the bun.
I'm going to do a taste test of the big arch burger and then immediately have to go to a drive-through test of the closest vacuum car wash cleaner that I can find to get the mess cleaned out of my driver's seat and throw away my
Then
box
they-
of 6-piece nugs. All right.
Then find
So
the
I
nearest
was-
bathroom.
Yeah,
Clean up
and
the
then
next
find the
mess that you got.
big arch turns into a big fat mess. Okay. So Dolly Parton, I said, what does Dolly Parton have to say? Dolly Parton, friend of the pod, future friend of the pod. We couldn't get her on the line today, but I would assume that she would say that the kids these days have no idea what they're talking about, and 9 to 5 means 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., no lunch. They don't get a lunch burger. They don't get a lunch burger. They don't get a lunch because they don't have the big arch burger. Okay. Let's move on. Other news. The Mexican drug cartels are fighting. This is scary. It's close to home. It's our brothers to the south. They just started fighting. Didn't they kill a Mexican drug lord or something? Somebody got killed, and then they just started blowing each other up. But these fights were happening in cities that people would tour. These are tourist cities. I got a friend, probably friend of the pod, that was on vacation at the same time that this was going on. I haven't texted him yet. I should. I think he made it back. But that was very scary. I can't imagine going to Cozumel or Puerto Vallarta or what is the other one? Cancun.
It's pretty good.
I know my Mexican geography. Mexico geography, not Mexican. ¿Dónde está el baño? That's the only geography I know in español. ¿Cómo se dice? Take a big fat big arch shit in español.
Yeah,
It's
I
bad
think
news.
Yes.
I think that it's like every 2 weeks there's like a new kingpin that everyone seems to have known except me. So I guess this guy was a big deal that we killed. And clearly they were not happy.
We killed him.
Because they took credit for it in Mexico, but wasn't there some talks that we were supportive of it?
I think we had the brains behind the operation.
Mhm.
No offense
Mm.
to our brothers and sisters in the South.
Hope them execute.
Our amigos and amigas in the South. I think we were saying like, yeah, he's right here is kind of how I understood it, but I have no idea.
Just like one of those things. Like, I'm not telling you what you should do, but here's where he lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, they drew a
He's
map
right in
and
this
showed
area
it and
if you
said
want to
hot or cold. That's what they did the whole time. Hot, you're burning up. Go for it.
By the way, he's going to be here at this particular time.
Outside of 9 to 5, he will be here. Look at that callback.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Scary stuff. That would not be ideal. We had just came from Cancun the week before that, which is pretty nuts, and had a coworker that was in Puerto Vallarta, which is really sad because that's a beautiful part of the country. Really, really nice there. But for them to just light it on fire and all the shit, that would be scary. But there's also this little truth bomb that came out on Twitter or whatever that was just this is obviously known to be a really corrupt country in terms of the cartel, and we just vacation there anyways. Why do we do that? That doesn't seem that smart. So,
Yeah, that is crazy.
there's a lot of beautiful places, and we just are like, let's go there.
You gotta,
That's
yeah, you go
nice.
into it with an understanding that this could happen. I think if you're a normal individual, you think, hey, this is happening and it could happen to you while you're there. Don't think that this is just some fantasy land where they just bring you cocktails all the time and barely speak any English because it's their country and not yours, and you can just do whatever you want. This is real life, and I think people get mixed up real life with what they're just experiencing or what they see on Instagram. Except for what you see on the Beer Breath Podcast Instagram, at Beer Breath Podcast on all your social media platforms. This is real life. Everything you see on us, on our posts, is real life, especially the Big Arch Burger test. But I think that's a reality that people need to realize, I guess. Scary shit.
Yeah. Who want?
Also, the internet is the internet, and what you see on the internet is true or false. And I am I'm rapidly figuring out that I have no idea what the fuck is going on in the world, specifically because of the internet. So, most
Agree with this.
recently, go ahead.
No, I think were you pivoting to Iran here?
Yes.
I have no clue what to believe. I don't even know if we're at war. Allegedly, we would be saying we're at war, but hell, you go on, you see all these planes going down, you see all these like rockets being driven everywhere. It's just like, nah, that's fake. I have no idea what's going on. Literally no clue. I look to see on Twitter or whatever, you ask Grok if it's true or not, and then it kind of gives you a description. Can you imagine without that? And I don't even know if that's true. Like, it's allegedly true, but who's to say?
I saw one the other day that was a plane falling from the sky or like a battleship being attacked, and I was like, this shit's crazy. It got me. This shit's crazy. And I go to the comments immediately, and it was first one, top comment, Grok, is this real? And Grok responded with, this is a video from 2022 that is actually a clip of Arma 3, the video game, being played.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I have no idea. Like, it's a video game from 4 years ago, but it could be happening. I have no clue.
I mean, I don't stand a chance on this shit. Imagine the olds I haven't been on Facebook in forever, but on Facebook, they just got to be in a blender. Like this is full on World War III. America's like just I don't even know. I should just go on to browse and see like what the olds are saying, because they got to be all fucked up.
Also know that Twitter's whole like thing is that it's whatever you're paying attention to right now. They just absolutely blitz you with everything that, like, you look at one interaction for an AI video of a plane falling, you happen to watch it for 3 seconds, and then 95% of your feed for the next 2 days is just that. So then you're like, wait, what is happening? What's going on? They could be releasing people off the Chiefs and I won't know. My AI or my algorithm is now totally Iran.
My TikTok
it's really
has
hard to
been-
know like how big of a deal it is.
Yeah, I think if you, I always go back. I wrote this down in my notebook, my handy dandy. But Dave Chappelle in his most recent special said something, and it's controversial, and a lot of people don't like the newest Dave Chappelle special, but I really enjoyed it. But he said something in the special that said, what did he say? I lost it. It was something about like, basically, the scariest thing in the world is the man who says he knows everything, or something like that, or like, don't trust a man who says he knows everything, because that couldn't be any more true. If you come to me and confidently tell me exactly what the hell is going on in Iran, or anything in the Middle East, sure, I'll take your word for it. I have no clue, because I look at it and I hear what the president says, and I hear the reasoning as to why we're bombing him. I'll stand with the people of Iran. I've heard that the regime, 81% of the people in Iran disapprove of the current regime, or the regime that was before we bombed the hell out of them. Yeah, it's not good. The guy was a bad man, and we killed him, and then allegedly killed the next in charge, and the next in charge, and the next in charge. But I also heard that we killed a leader of the U.S. of some sort. I saw that on Twitter. It's like, who did we kill? I have no idea. And then I see planes flying everywhere and drones flying into buildings, and then battleships being attacked. And oh, that's an Arma 3 video. I have no idea what the hell is going on. I know there are bad people in this world.
Did you guys see, I think this is true. Again, who knows, because it's just out there. But did you see that, like, us in Israel hacked into their like TV or whatever and basically said like, hey, now's the time to take over your country after we bombed them? Like, we hacked into their state programming
Wow.
and basically like sent out a message. I don't know.
How does this all work? How does this all work?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's a boss move or like really fucked up. Probably leaning kind of like really fucked up, but I also don't really know that much about Iran.
She sells.
That's how little I know. Yeah, that's
Yeah, they're like
Iran.
full degrees on Middle Eastern interactions and customs, and there's a whole thing there about what we're told, what we're sold, what actually is and isn't, and it's hard to assume you know anything. So it's just safer to be like, I don't fucking have a clue what's going on.
Propaganda is not a new term in 2026. Propaganda has been around for a long, long time, and I'm not going to say that it isn't there. And I believe that the United States feels like they have to be the police force for the world. But if things are true that 81% of the people hate the regime and we killed the leader and are telling them, hey, take over your government now, this is your job, go for it. Fucking take it over. That's the United States feeling that they need to be here's the perfect way to rule a government or have a government is the United States democracy. Our system is the way that everybody needs to do. I don't believe that. I don't think that we have the perfect system. But if that's what they want, here's your opportunity. We're going to kill the supreme leader and all of his children and everybody next in line. Now it's your turn.
Imagine just being the guy that's like, me, I'm next. And I'm good. I'm good. Like, I like you guys.
I'll get this right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women can vote now. You can be gay or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things that I think, here's the propaganda. There's a lot of things that are being told to us that could be propaganda that are happening. We're getting too far into this and we have no fucking idea, but there seems like there's a lot of bad shit happening. And if ever there was a time to do something good, now would be the time. I don't think we need to be bombing everybody and starting a world war. I'm very scared of nuclear warfare. But if you want to make changes and your boss just kicked the bucket, be the good time to start.
Seize the day.
How crazy is it back in like World War II? We would just like use these inflatables to throw off people, be like, oh, look, there's like fake tanks over here. You guys fucking suck, dude. And then now it's just like there's these AI generated videos of everything that we do. Like what are you supposed to even do?
You said that was a thing of the past, but there was not that long ago that there were balloons flying over the United States that we claimed were Chinese balloons, and they were taking over all of our thoughts on the internet. And it was like, oh, what are we going to do about these balloons? What the hell were they doing then?
That's true.
Maybe stealing all of our nuclear plans, stealing the plans to the big Archburger.
I don't like the new trend that's happening with actors that go on and like promote these their movies through these like abnormal ways. Like they talk about it all crazy. Speaking of like disinformation, there's one thing I was watching, like Ryan Gosling on Jeopardy, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And like, was he actually on Jeopardy? And it was, no, he wasn't on Jeopardy. but he was promoting a movie. So maybe that's how it all started. Maybe that was like promoting it, or what was the movie? Is that the movie with the clown and the balloons? Scary movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Ryan Gosling's in It, or the new It.
Nah, fuck it. That was too far. That was too far out to try to weave in all the things. I was saying, you've seen that, speaking of disinformation, you've seen these things where like these actors go on.
Yeah.
They're basically like trying to like
It.
jerk off their new movie and all the things. But I was thinking like, well, that was about the time that like the new It's were coming out. And so maybe the Chinese balloon was just the marketing ploy for that.
Okay.
Now I got it.
I don't know if I'm way ahead or way behind.
Yeah, you're a marketing
here,
genius.
but
You probably should have sold that to them if they didn't have it.
yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we got to talk about. I wrote on here, I didn't do a lot of research into this, but this popped up on my news app, that there was a man arrested in New York City after a snowball fight occurred. The young man hits a police officer with a snowball and was arrested for being charged with assault on a police officer. If that's not the softest thing I've ever heard, I don't know if that's power trip.
Did you see any of the clips of it at all?
No, I have not.
I only saw it. If any of you hasn't ever watched his stuff, obviously it'd be in the minority. I think he's a pretty popular YouTuber named Casey Neistat. He was posted videos, and he posted as being a part of the like beginnings of it was in Madison Square Park snowball fight, I believe. And they were like, it started fun, but then his video clips to the news where they threw something at a cop or something, and he just like, well, that didn't go the right direction. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels
unless
like
that snowball had a brick in it.
Right. There's a freaking 2 feet of snow.
Well, they were like going. It was like they were walking. I saw this. They were like walking and then like throwing it on their heads, like smashing it on their heads. I think.
Oh.
Like I think they were like all up in them. But at the same time, like I don't know. What a weird time we're at with like cops. It has got to be the worst freaking job ever. You're constantly just like you're constantly having to practice restraint.
Right.
And
Not
at the
being
same
respected.
time, yeah. But then like you also know that you have to do that, so then you're hypersensitive to like if somebody throws a snowball at you, you're like, I could just pull my gun out and shoot that person. It's like maybe don't do that. Like that's not really the right like message either. So
invasive thoughts
weird time.
cannot be followed when you're in that moment. It's like maybe don't, but yeah. No, you're 100% right. You're like it's a lose-lose. You're completely in a thankless job, and then you can make one wrong decision and you're toast. Stay away from snow, I guess.
I think you just arrest the kid, or not arrest him, but put him in handcuffs. And then, I don't know, you de-pants him. I don't know what you do as a cop, but you can't
chase him and just teach that young man a lesson.
Throw him back. I think that guy had a soft arm. He had a noodle arm. He was scared of a little competition. He's probably Canadian. Yeah. Shout out to all the police officers. It is a thankless job. Thank you for your service. Snowball hits you. Come on.
Conversely, imagine Buddy the Elf throwing 1,000 snowballs at you a second. I'd probably charge him with assault too. If it was like that, then nah.
Okay. Outside of it, bring a brick, a literal brick or a cinder block in that snowball, or Buddy the Elf throwing 90-mile-an-hour fastballs at you. Let the guy go. Come on. We're just having a little fun.
Back to the guys being dudes. Like, we're just having a little snowball fight here.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Let
a
the
little
kids
snowball
live.
fight. It's nothing crazy. Come on. Okay. You guys got anything else this week? Anything else that we missed?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You
go.
got anything, Kurt?
What do I have? I don't have. I have my bitch of the week. Do you want me to bitch about something for this week?
Yeah. Let's hear
it. I have so many emails in my personal inbox, and I don't read a damn one of them. There could be $1 million check in my email inbox, and I don't read another one. I know that there are people who are like super anal about like, I gotta have the red box on all like the notifications. I gotta have that at 0. Can't see it. Email single-handedly has ruined that for me. because I can't possibly keep up. And it's because when you buy things, and I swear you don't select the like, hey, you have the right to send me promotional things. Well, then they send you your receipt via email, and then they just send all of the marketing stuff, and then you can never unsubscribe from it. It is the biggest pain in the ass. Like, it actually just ruins email for me. I think start snail mailing me stuff. That's fine. Just throw that away.
I'm with you 1000%. Couldn't be more with you. Bush lights are getting to me. I could not be more with you on this. Here's a couple things that I also struggle with is that I probably get 500 emails a day at work. The last thing I want to do is come home and check personal emails. I have an email that I set up in high school that I use as the email that for shit that I don't want to see all the time. And then I have another personal email that I started probably right before I went to college. That's like the one I put on resumes, right? And the ones that I use for utilities and things like that. Now, but even that email has gotten so cluttered with shit. My only option is to start a new email because I can't keep up. I have probably 6,000 emails in my new one and 36,000 emails unread in my old one. I'm not reading anything that you're sending me. I barely had enough time to find this 90-second category in sports and Ghana email. That was on the beerbreathpodcast@gmail.com, though. I do check that one. That's the only one I check. If you have any long-winded messages you want to send to us at the Beer Breath Podcast, send it to beerbreathpodcast@gmail.com. That is what is our option? Our only option is create a new email.
Mm-hmm. I did the same thing with the best intentions. I was like, hey, I'm going to build this email. It's literally only going to be for the number one important things. And then, like Kurt said, I purchased 3 things on Amazon or whatever. And now I probably have 2,000 emails on it too. For a while, I was like really good about on at least a weekly basis going through and erasing stuff. But then you get in the habit of like, oh, I need my I got my tags in the mail and it's got an email confirmation and shit like that. Like then you run the risk of just doing a blanket delete and you're screwed. It's like I lost all proof that I paid for my registration this year. Brutal.
Yeah, it is brutal.
Big
It's terrible.
email.
So I think that could be an easy solve from like a mass unsubscribing. But if the company's not going to let you actually unsubscribe, because you know how it goes. You'll hit the unsubscribe button and then it'll be like, well, it takes 14 days to unsubscribe. I'm not circling back to see if I don't have emails from this place. I'll hit
Are you
unsubscribe
sure you
again.
want to unsubscribe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to
sure.
unsubscribe from all of our things? Or do you want to unsubscribe from just these? Or when they try to like trick you and they're just like don't not unsubscribe if you are an idiot or something.
Or
It's like, well, there's a double negative and all sorts of shit in there. So I don't really know.
Confirm unsubscription is like in white on a white background and it's 6-point font at the bottom right corner of the page. There's got to be a legal issue going on here. Like we have to have a lawsuit pending.
Yeah, class action lawsuit, like big time coming up. I feel like harassment. Sure. Like what would be the grounds for that? Probably harassment.
Yeah. I think it'd have to be.
I don't know what to do about it. The only thing I could think of is hit me with the 2-step authentication, and I'm going to create an email for every single thing that I've ever signed up for ever. I will have a Dominic Amazon @gmail.com, Dominic Hyatt Regency Hotels @gmail.com, all with the same password, and it goes into that email. I don't know what to do. Create unlimited emails. Emails are free. It's an easy solve as far as you just create a new email and that's where the important shit goes. But then I got to move all the important shit over.
Think about how many like just unread emails there are in the world, like how much server space. Because you got to think, if a company sends out 50,000 emails a day and nobody deletes them for 365 days a year.
You know how much mail that is. Send me stuff in the mail. I would much rather you do that. Send me snail mail, like Curtis said.
Stay woke on that, though, because now when things, it's kind of like reading a book. When I read a book, I'm just like, I just assume that's true, because who in the hell would go out of their way to just write a stupid ass book? Like, that's got to be true. So when this is the next thing that's coming, is you're going to start getting this snail mail. It's like, that doesn't seem right. You know, like, pay your credit card here. Like the good old days when it was just like you would get a whole bunch of spam.
Steal my identity the old-fashioned way, please.
Yeah, put some effort out. Come on. I would rather you put a chip in my brain and then send me a 20% discount code to my brain than send it to my email. What am I going to do with that information? I check my email once a year, maybe. And that's when I forget a goddamn password and I have to reset my password and send me a password link to reset my password. I'm not... If you're in marketing in the year of our Lord 2026 and you're sending people emails, grow up.
Find a new KPI.
This is crazy.
Corpo chair.
I had to do that. I had to do the corporate chili thing there.
All right. Anybody else have a bitch of the week? Let me look through the notebook.
Or God, Tom uses fucking notebooks for his personal life notes.
Yeah.
Like a diary.
I don't think I brought this one up, but maybe I did. Where is that? This is a good one.
I have a notebook too, but there's nothing in it.
Cup of moleskins for the kids.
Dude, have you seen
Don't
the
get a
Moleskine smart
Moleskine.
writing system? Have you seen this thing?
No, I haven't.
Dude, no, there's a new pen that will write notes and it videos the notes you're writing and you can send it to an iOS app or an Android app and it'll serialize it with your like handwriting or it'll turn it to text and then you can search via that app like your notes you're taking. For anybody who's analog, no free ads. I just gave him one though.
That's crazy.
But we'll see. It's new to our household,
Wow.
Not me specific, but she writes everything down. So
this might be a
Good
new
to know.
segment. I use the leash term. You can find them on Amazon. Leash term 1917s.
That's the most German sounding notebook
German.
name I've ever.
It is German. Germans did a lot of good things. A lot of bad things. Some good.
the world. You hear the Norm Macdonald joke where he's like, Germany decided to wage war with the world. That's a great one.
Damn it. No, I just lost it. This might be a new segment on our podcast at the end of the podcast. That just me going through my notebook, things that I write down. Here's one that I don't think I brought up yet. Why can't people just sit and be quiet? Have to hear themselves talk, say stuff, say that stuff in your mind. That's true. Just shut up every now and then. I don't know where I was at. I think
Hand
I was
up.
at a guest speaker. Hand up.
I overshare, so I can't stop fucking talking most of the time.
Let me set the stage.
So
No.
my fault.
Let me set the stage. This was at a gathering where there was a speaker and a crowd of people, and a person in the crowd wanted to share their thoughts. Not loudly for all to hear, but for just the row and specifically the person in front of them to hear every single point that was made. This was not a talking too long when you have the microphone in your hand. This is not one of those things. This is you're speaking when you should not be speaking. There are times when you should and should not be speaking. Being a patron in a crowd is a time where you would not be speaking. And people think, I should just speak.
Shut up.
Just shut up.
That's annoying.
Say that stuff in your head, or write it down in a goddamn notebook. Leishterm, 1917. Probably a good year. Good year for the Germans. A couple bad years coming up if you haven't paid attention to history. This is a long episode. Thank you for sticking around. Beer Breath Podcast on all the social media platforms. I'm going to go from the comments. This is the things that you guys are saying to us. We'd love to hear it. You can comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave us an email. We'll read the comments. Here's a couple that we picked out this week from the comments. Philip on Instagram said, hot take. This is after listening to one of our recent episodes. Hot take, Morgan Wallen fucking sucks. Thank you, Philip. I think a lot of people would disagree with that. He might not be your taste. I like Morgan Wallen. He might be in the realm of, well, not like bro country, I guess, but like Luke Bryan was hot, right? Luke Bryan was the shit when we were in high school. And now you listen to him and it's like, dude, we listen to that shit? What the hell? It might be one of those things going on, but you can't argue numbers and the dude's selling out. That's like saying Taylor Swift sucks and she's at the top of the charts. She's selling out football stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
Tracer on YouTube said, bogey breath. Love it, fellas. Get it done. It's going to get done. I'm excited about bogey breath. So the bogey breath, if you don't know, is an idea that was pitched where we show our golf games. I don't know if it's full-length golf episodes. Maybe it's just some Instagram clips, me shanking the ball into the woods. But that would be bogey breath, presented by Beer Breath Podcast on all the social media platforms. This is one I didn't get to, but this was one that Ethan on TikTok, follow us on TikTok. First TikTok that we posted just said, awesome. I agree. Thank you, Ethan. Shout out, Ethan.
Thanks, Ethan.
Friend of the pod.
Ethan.
Instagram. I posted this just today. We'll probably get some more comments like this, but it was a repost of something I saw that said, what is a beer you just can't get into? And reposted it with a, never heard of such thing. What do you think? What is a beer you just can't get into? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. But Philip on Instagram said, Rolling Rock, absolutely terrible. And Jordan came in as well. Jordan on Instagram said Miller Lite, a.k.a. dog piss. I would disagree with both of those.
I feel like Rolling Rock's like a step in our past. I think that was a real big deal early in our college careers, wasn't it? I feel like that was a real big thing that was going on in Manhattan when I was growing up. And then Miller Lite, I just feel like that's a free, cheap beer. If someone gives me Miller Lite, it is what it is. I'd prefer not to drink that, but nah.
Had a tough run-in with Rolling Rock early on in my drinking career. And had my now wife basically save my life that night by feeding me pizza on
Friend of the pod?
shout out. She's feeding me pizza on like a time schedule. I didn't know what the hell was going on. It's the first night I ever thrown up drinking. I thought I was gonna die.
On a time schedule,
So
explain to me what you're talking about.
I was just like, well, I mean, I kind of like drunkenly created this, but I was like, I gotta eat and I gotta drink water. So I was like, just like talk to me in like 60 seconds. Like just time it and talk to me in 60 seconds. Give me. I was so fucked, dude. I think Trey was there that night. Actually, it was it was in Manhattan, but we won't get into
probability that I was also on your level, brother.
On a time schedule.
Trey, we were like switching off every 30 seconds. Miller Lite is kind of like the Busch Light when you grow up, I feel like. Right? Like, I feel like Miller Lite is kind of the thing that you're like pretending to be an adult kind of at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't have a big polarizing opinion on Miller Lite. I feel like Busch Light's where a bunch of us settled as friends in the whole Coors Light, Bud Light argument. We all kind of settled on Busch. Miller is just like, it's just the extra one to me.
There's
don't hate it.
We call it it's probably like the big five, right? Busch Light, Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Lite,
Michelob Ultra.
Mich Ultra. Would be what I consider the big five. And I might have gotten propagandized into drinking Miller Lite. It It wasn't a drink of choice. My favorite beer is free. My second favorite beer is cold. Outside of that, I was a Busch Light guy. Drink Busch Light, buy Busch Light, all that stuff. Mrs. Dominic, Beer Breath podcast, I think conned me into starting to drink Miller Lite. I don't know why, because she almost immediately stopped drinking Miller Lite after that. And I like the shit out of it. Rolling Rock, I'll talk about Rolling Rock. That was just a staple fake Patty's Day beer, just because it came in a green bottle. It is cheap. I wouldn't say it's absolutely terrible, though.
Yeah.
I've had worse
I
beers.
think it's important. I think it's an important part of our history and in our friend group. Yeah.
Never met a cold beer that I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
That was from the comments on this week's episode. Comment down below on Spotify or Apple Podcast. I don't know if I can see the comments on Apple. I should look into that. We are on Apple Podcast now, again. Spotify, full video podcast on YouTube, and then some clips on Instagram, Reels, and TikTok. If you have anything longer to say, or you want to comment on our being 92nd in the category of sports in Ghana, you can send us an email at beerbreathpodcast@gmail.com. That'll be it for us this week. We'll hit you back up in a couple weeks. We appreciate you bellying up to the bar with us. This is the sports bar for your ears, Beer Breath Podcast. Last words, anything else?
Thanks for stopping by.
USA, 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 USA.
Love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Love you guys.
Later.
Bye-bye.
See ya.